Hey guys!
Hey.
How are you? Come on in. First thing I did this morning was wake up extremely early after a very short night, and I would say I drank some water, went to the bathroom, and I was already packed, so I just quickly got my things and got down to the lobby because we had to get on the bus. Music you listen to in your free time. I listen to a lot of music in my free time, especially on the road where there's a lot of downtime. And lately we've been all listening to this new Miles collection that came out, which has all these outtakes from the great band with Herbie and Wayne and Ron and Tony from 1966, 1968. Outtakes from Nefertiti and that whole period, and that's been amazing. But I listen to everything. I listen to a lot of classical music, modern classical music, pop, some hip-hop that I think is interesting, music from around the world. I'm a big Brazilian music fan. So it's a wide range of things, and I do listen to quite a bit of music to keep me inspired and to give me new ideas. My current projects are, let's see. I have my longtime organ trio that just recorded a record. I'm not sure what label it's coming out on actually, but it's pretty much all in the can. And then I've got a sort of a more synth-based record that I'm also in the process of putting out, and that's a group effort with some guys that I haven't really done a lot of or any touring with really as a group. We call it Lord Gangley, and it's more of a almost like a Bitches Brew-ish type of concept with a drummer named Zach Danziger, great drummer, and a bass player named Owen Biddle, and a trumpet player named John Snyder, who did play on, it's an old friend who played on one of my older records called Quartet. So we're trying to put that out. There's definitely going to be some traveling coming up with my trio, and with James Taylor a little bit, who I've been with for a long time, and quite possibly with John Mayer, the American singer, guitar player. So some things, and I'm hoping to do more. I'm doing writing. I'm writing with singer-songwriters, so I'm not just doing jazz. I'm sort of all over the place. I live in Los Angeles, so there's some other areas of interest that I'm trying to get into there. Anything besides keys? No, just writing. But I don't play any other instruments aside from keyboard instruments. But I do a good amount of composing, whether it's for my group or for arrangements for people, or some movie and television stuff, and some singer-songwriter stuff. Why did you start playing music? Believe me, I've been asking myself that question for a long time. Well, I mean, there was a piano in the house that I grew up, and I gravitated towards it when I was about 9 or 10, and discovered that I could pick up things that I was hearing on records or on the radio by ear, and it was really something that I connected to instantly. And then I connected to some musicians who I met early on, and it seemed like a very natural thing for me to do, and I loved it. I'm both a student and self-taught. I mean, I was self-taught initially, and I think to a certain extent I'm still self-taught, but I did have some very influential teachers along the way, and such as Rand Blake, who was a New England-based avant-garde player, and some Jackie Byard, Fred Hirsch. There was some really important people along the way, but to a large extent, I am self-taught as well. I'm definitely self-taught on the organ. I never took an organ lesson. So. One habit you wish you could break. Eating late at night. I wish I could break that. And in terms of in a musical context, I would say I don't know if it's a habit, but just maybe not always having the courage to try something different when I'm playing, and I think we can get into habits that are comfortable, that we know we know how something's going to sound before we play it, and that can get us into ruts and things like that. So I'd like to get out of the habit of being safe sometimes when I do find myself being safe musically. I don't know if that's a habit, but that's something that I think is a lifelong kind of challenge. What's your life motto? I don't know what my life motto is. I've never really whittled it down to one particular motto, but I'd say the theme of not taking things too seriously, I think would probably in that direction. Not taking yourself too seriously, not worrying unnecessarily about things, and trying to stay focused and trying to stay present in the present moment.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.